Hi, Shelly. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, sure.
I know this is our last session, so I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about how all of our sessions have gone in the past, and about what it would look like for you to move forward since we're going to stop meeting. But before we get into that, I just wanted to see with you, how are you feeling about ending our time together?
I'm pretty happy to not have to come to all of these sessions anymore. I think this is ending in my group therapy and my anger management and stuff. But at the same time, I do see how it's helped.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous moving forward to see if I can maintain what I've learned.
Yeah.
But it's not a secret. I didn't choose to be here, so I'm kind of, no offense to you, glad it's going to be over.
Yeah.
As much as I appreciate your help, but like I said, I'm nervous about moving forward.
Yeah, I understand. And you're nervous. Can you specify a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just, things are looking good as far as I have potential to get my child back.
Okay. Yeah, that is good.
It's not a sure thing yet, but, and I know that this has helped me. It's because that I've been following all the rules and doing all this that I do have the chance of getting her, and I'm nervous because it's not a done deal, and I don't want to slip up.
Yeah.
Without the help of you and my other therapists.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully, everything that you've learned in your time with us will help you to not have any sort of slip up like that. So yeah, can you tell me a little bit about what you thought that you've either gained from your time in the group therapy or in our therapy times, or what have you learned, or any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so it definitely, even though, look, that's how I was raised. I got smacked around as a kid. And I didn't necessarily see the problem with doing that in my own parenting, but I know that that's maybe not how it should be handled.
Okay.
So I guess I've thought twice about that.
Okay.
Moving forward with my kids. That's been helpful. And just learning, when to walk away from conflict. Pretty good at engaging in it. And so I'm having to learn to know which battles are worth fighting or not.
Okay.
So I see it's been helpful, but like I said, it's going to take a lot to change who I am, and I don't know, but I have hopefully the tools to start doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like you've seen improvement in just kind of looking at discipline a little bit differently, and maybe taking a break sometimes if it's really getting tense for you and you just need to step away for a minute. Just kind of different ways of discipline. Does that sound right?
Yeah, something in my one of my other sessions they taught me was just kids get timeouts, not necessarily for being bad, but they said that you can give them cool down times, and they're it's perfectly acceptable as a parent to take one too, and to tell your kids I need a cool down time, and to leave the room for 5 minutes, as long as they're not going to be unsafe. So I feel like that's something beneficial for me and them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's been good.
That sounds like a good skill that you've learned since you've started working with us. Cool. Okay. Well, I am really glad that you have been coming to therapy with us. I know that I've seen a lot of progress in you and in the ways that you're working with your kids and working in discipline with them. And I'm definitely, it's always a challenge in my work to in care with someone, because I do really love seeing you make progress, and so it is a little hard for me. But I'm also really excited for you. I'm really excited to see how this goes for you moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better if you think I've improved.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've definitely seen improvement in your anger management, and in how you, it's what you've told me, how you're changing your discipline methods, which is really great. So I'm really excited for that. And in our original goals being to start to get your kids back, and finishing therapy with me and in your group is a huge step towards that, and that I can document progress in your parenting methods is all a great step towards that progress. So I'm really excited that we're accomplishing some of those goals that we set initially. Yeah, it's great. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that we never really got to touch on, or that we haven't really resolved yet?
I mean, no, you've done a really good job. I guess everything, any problem I have, really, I guess, starts with me and my anger, whether it's with my husband or at my children. So I think just the fact that you've been working with me on that is going to be helpful in all the areas that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I said, I'm just nervous. I feel like I've made progress, but I'm just nervous that I don't know, I can get set off pretty easily, and I don't want to make a mistake that could jeopardize my relationships with my kids or my partner. I don't know, so maybe if you had, like, just some techniques if I start to feel... we've gone over them before, but just again, like any other ones you can think of.
Yeah.
Definitely. If I start to feel myself get angry.
Yeah, we can definitely review some more brief stuff that we can talk about. So, I mean, we've talked about the cool down time. You mentioned that earlier, and that's going to be a great help for you. And it sounds like that's been a big help already. So that, I think that sort of a shorter version of that, so maybe in the moment if you're really feeling that anger rise up, if you just take a brief 10 seconds and count to 10 and not really think about anything else for 10 seconds and just kind of let that settle a little bit before you say anything or before you do anything in particular, just as a briefer cool down, maybe before it gets higher, just so that you can think a little bit more clearly as you're talking with your kids or with your husband.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
Not really, but so that'll be good to at least try.
Yeah.
And that helps.
Yeah, that could help if it hasn't really risen to the point of like needing a 5-minute cool down.
Yeah.
I think that, and I think we've talked about this before as well, but really just addressing things when they initially happen, especially with your husband. We know that anger will just continue to build over time if things go unaddressed. So if anything happens with your kids or with your husband, I would just encourage you to discuss that with them and address it sooner rather than later. Yeah. And I think that could help and prevent any sort of explosions later that kind of feel like we don't know where they came from. But when we look back, we know it came from smaller things that they'll...
Sure.
Yeah. So do you think that could help, or...
Yeah, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
Okay, great.
That'll be good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. So is there any other support systems that you might need or that you have in place after we'll stop seeing each other?
I don't know. I have some friends, but I mean, I don't really live near my parents or anything. Okay. They were helpful in the past, but it's been harder without them since we've moved. But yeah, I do have friends I can call on, or hopefully most of the time my husband's a support system, even though we do fight.
Yeah. Is there anyone of your friends that you could talk with about any of this?
Yeah, sure. They're there for me if I need them.
Okay.
I just feel like it's embarrassing sometimes to talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to come to you. I've learned to appreciate that. Like, this is the only setting you know me.
Yeah.
And so, I haven't felt judged, so that's been helpful to talk to you about that. Whereas my friends know me in a lot of different roles, and it's embarrassing for me to talk about fighting or what I did to my kids. So it's, but I feel like it helps to talk. I've learned that here and in my other sessions, so hopefully I can learn to open up a bit more.
That would be great. Yeah, and I would encourage you as well that when you do start to talk with one of your friends about this, if you even feel comfortable enough letting them know that it can be embarrassing for you, then maybe they can kind of talk through that with you, reminding you that it's not a place where they're going to judge you or that they love you regardless, things like that. So that could help for sure. Another thing we could talk about is any sort of referrals for childcare. If you ever, I know you talked a lot about at one point that you guys don't do a lot of that just to save money, but a lot of the times that can be a strain that builds on parents, and so if you have a babysitter or someone who could watch them just for a night and then that's just a break. That's an idea that we could explore if you're interested.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. It's hard to come up with that money sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's easy to. I don't know. I guess if we thought about it and set it aside enough,
Yeah.
we could come up with something.
Yeah, definitely be worth looking into for sure. Okay. I just want to make sure that we cover everything. Do you have any other thoughts or questions before we end?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, feel free to call me if you ever want to make another appointment. You can always come in and we can talk some more. And I really hope things continue to go well for you.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. Thanks so
Great,
much.
thanks.